Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is a 3 looks, 3 palettes. I have 3 different palettes here that I wanted to play with, so I'm combining them all in this video. We're gonna chat about them. I have swatches for you. Obviously the 3 looks are to come, and I'm super pumped. First, we have the Dede Signature Ultimate Cappuccino. This is their newest palette, and it's so cute. I really like the vibes of this one. It's definitely not your typical, like, just all neutrals coffee vibes. We definitely have some color playing around in here, which I personally really enjoy. When I first saw the brand teasing the palette name and stuff like that, I was like, oh, it's just gonna be neutrals, and I'm not a neutral girly, but this ended up being so much more exciting. It's still playing on neutral tones, but there's pops of color in here, which I really appreciate. We have the Precious Metals from Colourpop, which at this moment, this is their newest palette, but at the moment that I'm filming this, they are also teasing their Pokemon collection, and I don't know if that'll be out already by the time this video goes up. I have no idea if I'm getting anything from it, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, I have the Precious Metals. I think this is cute, actually. I'm not usually a fan of their mega palettes. They're usually too repetitive, and there are definitely some shades I feel like could have been edited out of this. Like there's a few beiges and I am running the war against beige. But for the most part, I really like this. I like the mixed metal vibe. I like the coppers with the rosy tones, with the silvers, with the taupes. I think it's all playing together really well. And I haven't played with this one yet as I'm speaking. I've only played with one palette so far as I'm filming this intro, but I'm really excited to dive in and do something super metallic. And last but not least, I have one of the quads from the Attack on Titan collab with Game Beauty. I should already have 2 other looks on like Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok with the other 2 quads, but I figured I would use one of the quads in this video as well. This is the Rose quad, and I haven't used it yet, but I have a feeling this will be my favorite quad of the 3. It's just so cute. I love this little kind of coral peach, tealy kind of vibe. I think it's fun, and I'm excited to dive into it. The shimmers look gorgeous in this palette. So yeah, that's the overview of the 3 palettes that I will be featuring in today's video. We're gonna do 1 look with each, and then at the end of the video, I will give you my thoughts so far. All right, friends, hello, look number 1. I think for look number 1, I wanna play with the Ultimate Cappuccino palette from Dede Signature. And let me give you my accessory details before I forget. These used to be plugs from Hear No Evil jewelry that I turned into earrings, and then this is just a old basic choker, but we're gonna get into the look. I wanna do something kind of warm. I'm feeling something warm, smoky, toasty. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna prime with my neutral pigment base from Profusion. I'm still testing this out, and I think it's safe to say that I like it. Is it my new favorite eyeshadow primer? I don't think so, but I'm also not mad at it. Like, I will probably use it until it's gone, and maybe I'll get another one in the future. Maybe I won't, who knows? But I'm just smearing this all over my lid and blending it out. So I wanna start with the shade Sweet Cream. I'm just gonna use this pink as sort of my transition shade. I'm gonna take my Lethal Cosmetics 200 fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna run this all the way from inner to outer corner, just doing little windshield wiper motions. This pink is cute. I feel like that builds up pretty nicely too. I thought it would be even more pale than this, but that builds up really, really nicely. Like, it's still a soft, obviously light pink, but I like it. That's cute. I also do want to drag some of this on that lower lash line, just to add a little bit of a buffer for when I put my darker shade down. Just a little bit of a transition. All right, so next I want to take Hot Chocolate, and this is going to be my main shade. That's my crease shade. I just want to use this to really smoke and blend everything out, and I'll use more of the pink to help soften that. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm going to use my Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just going to start by packing this in that outer corner. And then as I have less product on the brush, I'll start inching it toward the front of my crease a little bit. Just getting a little bit of that depth formed. That shade is really pretty. I really like it against that pink too, that's lovely. But just again, doing very light sort of windshield wiper motions, just sort of fading it from that outer corner toward the front. And I will also take some of this and run it along that lower lash line, just to, again, create some depth. I want to make sure it connects in that outer corner. I'm going to take a little bit more of Sweet Cream now with just the tiniest bit of Hot Chocolate, making a little bit of a fusion. And I'm just going to run this around the edges. Nothing too crazy. I'm already pretty happy with how these shades are blending together, so I just want to go over it one more time just to make sure that blend is super, super soft around the edges. Let's start working on some shimmer now. I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer, just grabbing some on my finger, and I'm just going to tap this all across the lid. This is just gonna give my shimmer a really nice base to pop and stay put on. I'm really itching to use this Americano shade. Oh, that might not be the right move for this look though. Maybe I can make it work. I feel like this look went more cool tone in the crease than I was expecting, but maybe it'll all flow nicely. So let's just go in with Americano. Oh yeah, I like that actually. I like that quite a bit. And I'm gonna use yellow in my inner corner, so I think that will tie it together. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I'm happy I did that. I'm glad I didn't doubt myself. Just going to run my brush along the edge so that that flows nicely. The shimmers from Dede Signature are so pretty, so impressive. I really like how shiny they are. All right, next I want to take Hazelnut and I want to use that in my inner corner. I'm gonna use this little Alter Ego number 6 brush and I just want a little pop of yellow. I think it'll be cute. Ooh, I like this look. It's giving like, I don't know, sunset vibes a little bit. That's quite lovely. I'm into it. I'm stretching this yellow a little bit in that front part of that lower lash line as well. I think what if I took a tiny bit of latte? Would that be cute on top of the yellow? Just like the tiniest little tap of it. Ooh, yeah, cute. Just like a little bit of a twinkle. I like that, I like that. I do like a matte inner corner sometimes. I think it's fun, but I'm such a sucker for shimmer. What can I say? All right, this is look number 1, some sunset vibes. Let me just throw on a lip and lashes and probably a yellow eye pencil to tie it together. I'll be back. Here's look number 1 with the Ultimate Cappuccino palette. I'm getting such sunset vibes from this and I really, really like how it came out. It's warm and colorful. I think this one came out really good. The eye pencil I threw in is Toucan Do It from Colourpop, just a nice bright metallic yellow. These lashes are Flutter from Bright Lashes, and then my lip today is Terracotta from Menagerie. I really like this one, but we have 2 more palettes to play with, so let's move on now to look number 2. Hello, hello, look number 2. These earrings are from En Route, and this necklace I think is Shop Sun & Co. But we're gonna get into look number 2. I wanna use the Precious Metals palette for this look. And I hate how reflective the packaging is. Like, it looks cool until you're trying to film, and then you blind everybody. But we're gonna use this palette for look number 2. I wanna do something dramatic. I wanna do something with like a wing. Lots of shimmer, obviously. I do want to kind of play with the mixed metals a little bit. I do want to play with a lot of those rosy tones. I'm really feeling that. But I do want to incorporate an element of that like taupey silveriness. I think it could be cute. So let's just give it a try. I'm going to take my pigment primer again from Profusion. I'm just going to smear this all over my lids and just blend it out. I do want to start with this High Value shade just to lay something down in my crease. Just this like, I don't know, taupey shade, because I am going to be doing lots of shimmer. I am going to do a little bit of a winged out flick. So I just want something to be in here to act as kind of a base in the crease before I start going in with all of that. So this is just an Alter Ego number 3 brush, just a big fluffy brush. And I'm also just going to pop some down here on that lower lash line. I am going to have a very smoked out lower lash. So I just want to get this kind of starting that foundation. All right, I'm gonna take my little e.l.f. gel liner and I'm gonna start drawing a little bit of a wing. I'm gonna use my Game Beauty E10 brush, just like a little angled brush. And I'm going to just kind of start at my lower lash line and kind of draw a little bit of a wing outward. And I'll grab a little bit more and scoop it inward. Just kind of creating a little bit of that wing shape. I'll kind of perfect that outer corner a little bit, kind of like that. And then I'm just gonna fill it in just in that outer corner a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I have a little bit of smudginess down there, but I will clean that up later. I'm just gonna use my finger just to kind of diffuse that liner on the lid a little bit. I'll kind of use my finger to clean this up just a smidge. I'm fine if this is a little blurred and smoky though, because I'm gonna have smoked out liner anyway. I'm gonna take my black eyeliner pencil now. This is from Colourpop called Swerve. And I'm just going to run this all up in my waterline and against those lower lashes. And just get it really messy and smudgy. Honestly, I'll even take my finger and just kind of run it along that edge just to smooth it out. Usually I use a brush, but I don't know. I've just been using my fingers lately now that I have short nails in the meantime. Sometimes it's just convenient. So I'm gonna start with the shade My Best Asset. I'm just gonna use this little Sigma E30 brush, and I'm just going to run this up against my lower lash line and just get that nice and diffused. I'll even bring that up to the side of that wing. Because like I said, I'm good with this wing being a little diffused on that like bottom half. Just getting a blurred kind of moment. And next I want to take the Lucky One. I'm going to use this little 8-7 brush from Unearthly. Just going to grab some of that, and I'm going to start with that lower lash line first. And just again, get this really smoked out and diffused and dramatic. Just kind of following that edge of the smoky liner. And I'll take a little bit more of that shade just to start kind of buffing along the edge of that black liner on my lid before I start going in with shimmers. I just want to have a little bit of a blurred base kind of going on, and then we can get to some sparkly stuff. I'm already even really liking this. Like, even if you just did like a creamy matte shade all over the front, I think that could be really, really cool. And now I'm going to take my NYX Glitter Primer. I use this with every shimmer. You know the drill. I'm going to use my Lethal 225 brush, and I'm just going to plop this on that lid, and I'm going to kind of lightly trace out where I want my shimmers to go. I want it to be kind of cut creasy and just kind of follow into that line of that wing. So I basically want to use 3 shades. I want to use Minding Mine in the outer. I want to use Not Basic in the center. And then I want to use Special toward the front and inner corner. So I'm actually going to start, I think, with that middle shade, Not Basic. Just going to grab it on that same brush. And I'm just going to kind of start like right in the middle of that lid and just start drawing a rough line of where I want it to be, and then I'll kind of just scoot it down and start slapping it on the center of my lid. Wow, this shade is really, really pretty actually. I'm quite into that. I'm gonna take Minding Mine now just on my finger, and I'm going to plop that in the outer part of that lid, being careful not to like bring it up too high or anything. I still want it to kind of fall in line with what I have going on. I'll take my little brush and do kind of a fusion of those 2 shades that I've done so far, and kind of fuse them together and let that melt and create that line. I'll make sure that shimmer is kind of blending into that wing nicely. I'm loving this so much. I feel like this look is gonna be really hard to top for this video. So now taking Special, that final shade, I'm just gonna use the clean side of that same brush. I'm going to kind of just bring that toward that center of my lid. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm just gonna use my pinky to highlight the inner corner with that same shade. I'll even grab a little bit more of that Not Basic, the middle shade, just to kind of tap over the center again, just to re-blend, re-intensify just a little bit. I'm honestly obsessed with this. I think it's so pretty. I just need to add my lashes and a lip. I'm gonna do that. Here's look number 2. I love it so much. I love how just metallic and sparkly. I love the mixed metal kind of feel. I think it's glamorous, but also grungy. This is such a cool look. I love this. These lashes are still Flutter lashes from Bright Lashes, and then my lip combo today is the number 6 pencil from Freck, the Cookie lipstick from Lawless, and then a little bit of the Flicker Gloss from Sugar Pill over top. I love this. I think it's so cool. This is probably my favorite of the video so far, which is a little surprising since this is a lot more neutral versus colorful, and I'm a colorful girly, but there's just something about this that's really, really pretty. So let's move on now to look number 3. All right, friends, look number 3. My hair has just gotten progressively more and more up because it's hair washing day today. I'm gonna wash it later, I promise. But these earrings were a gift from a friend, so I don't know where they're from. I'm so sorry. And this is just an old basic choker. I've worn it, I think, 2 out of 3 looks in this video, so let's just dive in. Look number 3 is going to be with the Rose Quad from the Game Beauty and Attack on Titan collection. And I think I mentioned in the intro, I think by the time this video goes up, my 2 looks with the other 2 quads will already be up on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I know for sure the Maria quad look is already up, and the Cinna one should already be up as well. So just go check those out if you want some more inspo with the other quads. But let's play with this one today. I'm gonna prime, of course, with that Profusion pigment base again. So I wanna start with the shade Chance. I wanna have like a bold kind of front cut creasy moment with it where there's like a lot of color in the front of my eye, and then my lid's just shimmery, delicious loveliness. And then I want the lower lash line to be kind of focused on the peach. I'm gonna use my Sigma E45 for this. I'm just gonna kind of tuck it and just start blending. I am going to be cutting it with my glitter primer, so if it gets on my lid, it's fine. I'm more so focused on just getting a really nice blend kind of tucked in that like crease of the inner corner and blending outward. I only need it to go about, I don't know, halfway or so. I don't need it to even cover my entire eye. I want it to be a very specific placement and pop of this like aqua color. It's quite lovely. This seems to be performing pretty nicely. It's blending well. I like it. I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush now. This is a Spectrum B06, no product. I just want to blend this along the edges of that shade just to get it nice and blurred and diffused before we start going in with some shimmer. I'm just gonna use my NYX glitter primer. You guys know I use a glitter primer all the time with every shimmer ever. This is just a Colourpop E3 brush, just a little flat brush. And I'm just gonna kind of plop this on the lid, and then I'm gonna kind of trace out where I want that shimmer to really cut. So I'm kind of just going deep in that nook of my lid and just kind of dragging it to form a little bit of a cut, and then I'll just let the glitter primer kind of fade away. Just so it's gonna be a little bit more of a specific placement. It's not just all blurred together. All right, I wanna use the shade Chain. That is such a pretty shade, like look at this. Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm just gonna plop some of that on the lid just to get it off my finger. But I'll grab some more on that same sticky brush, just because again, I wanna really place that very specifically in that front. Like I'm fine if the shimmer just kind of fades and blurs outward, but up here, I want it to be fairly defined next to that matte that I laid down. And then I'll just kind of use my finger to tippy tap out here. I'll even use that blending brush from before just to blend the edge of that shimmer and just let it kind of fade away. I do think I'm gonna add a pop of like a white graphic liner just to like add an extra bit of oomph, but I do wanna move on to the lower lash line first. I'm gonna be using the shade Choice. I'm just gonna use this little Spectrum A12 brush, and I'm gonna pop this right up against my lower lashes. Kind of pretty much all the way. I might stop it where there's like a little quarter blank in the front of my lower lash line, just because I'm gonna bring that lid shade down all in my inner corner highlight. But I am gonna pop this all down here. I think I am gonna put a wing with this look too. I don't know why, I'm just feeling a little bit more dramatic. I'm liking these colors together though, I think that's fun. That blending brush that I used before, that big Spectrum one, the B06, I just wiped it off, and I'm gonna grab a little bit more of Choice and just kind of blend around that edge again, just to get it a little bit softer. The shade's so pretty. I do want to just really quick go ahead and take Chain and pop it in that inner corner. And again, kind of along that lower lash line, just a smidgen. And then let's take the shade Change. I want to just pop some of that on that lower lash as well. I'm just going to take that same pencil brush from before, and kind of right next to where that highlight is in the inner corner, I'm just going to start dragging some of this kind of in toward the rest of my lower lash line and just kind of feather it in with that matte. I'm still undecided if I want the white graphic liner, because I am kind of liking this on its own, but I do want regular liner. Just a little bit, like just like a little flick. So I'm gonna use my Surratt liner. It's always hard for me to do this on camera, but I'm just gonna draw it out toward my tail. It's already longer than I was expecting, but it's fine. I'm just gonna take it about 1/3 of the way down and swoop it across. And I'm good with this kind of fading in about halfway to 2/3 of the way in and just kind of fading into my eye. So yeah, I'm just gonna fill this in and then perfect it with a mirror and millimeter from my face and try to make it match on the other eye. Wish me luck while I try to get that perfected. I just need to build onto that a little bit. All right, just a little flick turned into quite a lot of a flick. And I do think the white liner could be fun, just like a little pop in the front. So let's try it. This is from Profusion. It's called White. I might regret this decision, but I just want like a little, just like a little something. Kind of like that. I just need to actually like perfect it. So similar, I'm just gonna get really close to my mirror and make it match on the other side. I love that white accent. I feel like that just sealed the deal. It's so pretty. But now I just need some liner, lashes, lip. I'm gonna get to that. Here is look number 3. I love this look. I think it came out so cool. I like the contrast of colors. I like the pops with the liners. I think it's really fun. The pencil I ended up using is Puppy from Colourpop just to really enhance that like peachy orange situation. My lashes are the same Bright Lashes style Flutter lashes. And my lip combo today is Cinnamon Lip Pencil with the Globetrot Odyssey Gloss from Milk Makeup. So yeah, this is the third and final look. I hope you like it. Let's zoom out and we will finish up this video and I'll give you my thoughts so far on these palettes. Thank you so much for watching my video. Which look was your favorite today? Which palette do you vibe with the most? I would love to hear your thoughts. I think look-wise, this one's my favorites. Palette-wise, honestly, I want to almost say Ultimate Cappuccino just because those colors are really fun, but the Precious Metals really does like, I don't know, there's something about it that feels special. The jury's still out. I think the general consensus is I had a good time with all these palettes. None of them were flops, which was great. So we have that Ultimate Cappuccino that I did for look number 1. I think this is so pretty. I definitely want to play with this one again. Like I'm really dying to play with that Caramel French Toast shade. It took all of my control not to use that shade, but I was like, let's do something warm. It's so rare when I play with the warm tones. I'm a cool tone girly when it comes to bright colors. And this is so typical of me to grab. So I wanted to do something different, but I'm still really itching to play with that shade. The shimmers in this palette are really pretty. They're very reflective, very glossy looking. They are gorgeous. And the mattes are fun. Again, I'm really happy that this isn't just like a typical like neutral coffee themed palette. I like that it kind of goes outside those parameters a little bit. Very unique and cutesy. We have the Precious Metals. I'm trying not to blind you. Obviously I played a lot with those kind of like rosy tones, a little bit of the taupes mixed in, but I'm really into the vibes of all of this. Like even though I'm not a neutral person, I think this is, I don't know, I think it's fun. The shimmers in here seem really special. They're really metallic, especially if you're into like mixed metals and different tones like that. I think this could be a good pick. By the time this video goes up, I'll already be back from Colorado, but as I'm filming this, I'm leaving for Colorado tomorrow, and I'm honestly tempted to bring this palette with me just because it gives me such a good range of warmth and cool. Undecided. I'll have a Colorado vlog going up, which I'm sure I'll share what makeup I'm bringing and stuff like that, but I don't know, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to bring it, even though that's very unlike me, but I don't know, I just kind of want to play with this one more. And a trip gives me a really good excuse to do that. And finally, we have the Rose Quad from the Game Beauty Attack on Titan collection. This is a cutie little guy. I'm not the biggest fan of quads just because I like a little more variety. Like I don't necessarily need a giant palette like this, but usually more than 4 shades is what I prefer. My sweet spot is 9 to 12. That's just my favorite size of a palette. So with a quad, I feel like I can only do so many things. You know, I'm gonna do kind of the same vibe. I could do really playing with just the tealy aquas. I could play with just the corally oranges, or I can mix and match them. And that's kind of it. But it is very like no brainer, one and done. You don't have to overthink it. We have really pretty shimmers in here. I think if you like a quad, I think this is a fun one. I think you could do a lot with it. Very like springy, summery. It's cute. I had fun playing with it. I think the quality's nice and the shimmers are just gorgeous in this palette. So yeah, that's the overview of all 3 palettes. So far so good. I'm getting good feelings from all 3 of them. I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, which look was your favorite? Which palette are you vibing with more? If you made it to the end of this video, pick your favorite of these 3 palettes and leave emojis that represent that vibe. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And also you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you want, you can join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.